Hi, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today's guest is Dr. Ron Gregory, and we'll be remembering somebody very, very, very special today on The Bernie Hayes Show. And welcome back. As I promised you, my guest is Dr. Ron Gregory. Ron, welcome back to the show.
Great being back, Jerry.
Always a pleasure, always a pleasure, always a pleasure. And I understand that there's going to be a special tribute to the late Dick Gregory, a memorial.
Yes, as you know, Dick passed last year on the 19th of August. And so on the 18th of August, we're having a memorial concert as a tribute to Dick Gregory and all the things that he did over the years that he was on this planet. He died at the age of 84 years old. And 60 of those years he was out there on the front. Matter of fact, more than 60, because he really started when he was in high school. So.
And he's done so many things. You can't call Dick Gregory a comedian. You can call him a health guru. You can call him a civil rights activist and leader. You can call him so many other things, a father, a brother. You know, where would you begin describing Dick Gregory, you being his brother?
You know, this guy, to me, was just bigger than life. To think that he actually started this activism as a 17-year-old high school student when he was running track. And
at Sumner High School.
At Sumner High School in St. Louis. Felt like he was unfairly treated because they weren't letting blacks and whites compete against each other, and he was running fantastic times. Nobody was writing about it. So he went to the state NAACP and complained about it, and the very next year they opened up the track meets.
Citywide or regional-wide?
Yeah, and he won the state mile, state cross country, and state half mile championship, and as a result of that he ended up getting a scholarship to SIU Carbondale.
A lot of people know about Dick Gregory. They remember him as an activist, as a civil rights leader, as a health guru, but they don't remember that it all began running track, did it?
That's right.
He was a track star.
He was a track star, and a comic at that, because when he started out, although he was outrunning everybody, he would literally stay at the end of the line for the first 3 laps in the mile, and then at that last lap, he would take off and start running. He was one of them crowd pleasers. He just took off and started passing everybody, and he'd slap his leg like he called himself Citation, the horse that, the Triple Crown winner.
Yeah, sure.
And then he, like I said, but he was doing things for human justice even when he was in high school. He led a big march against the all 3 black schools, Sumner High School, Vashon High School, and Washington Tech, against the Board of Education for crowded conditions, because there were 11 high schools in St. Louis, and the St. Louis Board of Education had all of the African-American students crowded in 3 high schools, where the white kids had 8 schools to go to. So he led a big demonstration against that, and in the next year, they began to open up some elementary schools for the freshmen to start going to ease the crowded conditions.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And then shortly after that, that's when Brown versus the Board of Education passed through the decision in the Supreme Court, and then all the schools opened up. But prior to that, that wasn't the case, and he was leading the charge against that. And like I say, he was a high school student doing it, right? And
you know, we're going to concentrate on Dick, but you too were a track star phenomenon. Actually, you and your other brother. They understand that the track at Sumner High School is named for the Gregorys.
Yeah, they have a outdoor track, and it's named in honor of the three Gregory runners: my oldest brother Press, Dick, and myself. But like I said, as a result of what Dick did to push opening up competition for black athletes in St. Louis, when I entered high school, he got out of high school in 1952.
Yeah.
I went in 1953. Okay. I didn't have to worry about those closed doors. I didn't have to concentrate on the fighting and fairness. All I had to do was run, and as a result of that, I ended up being the first athlete in the state of Missouri to win 3 state consecutive state mile championships and 3 cross-country championships. And like I said, all because he opened the doors.
Yeah. And you went on to get a full ride at Notre Dame.
And I went to Notre Dame. Yeah. At the time I went to Notre Dame, Dick had gone to the military because he got drafted in 1954. And the thing that was so crazy is that he got drafted in '54, which means he, in a sense, kind of went off the radar.
Yeah.
And then they started writing about me, so I was no longer Dick Gregory's younger brother.
Yeah.
Every time he would pop up, they were saying, "Oh, there's Ron Gregory's brother," and that happened from '54 to 1960.
Okay.
And then in late 1960, he went on to play in the Playboy Club.
Yeah, in Chicago.
And after that, he hit that spotlight. I was back as Dick Gregory's little brother again. Right.
Tell me that transition, as you saw from a personal perspective, Dick Gregory coming from St. Louis, Missouri, track star, to becoming the man that opened up the doors to African Americans at the Playboy Club in Chicago and becoming a natural comedian, even at Robert's Show Club before he went to Playboy.
Well, you know, and you know all about his stitch in Chicago, because the time he went to Chicago, that's where you were.
Yeah, we met there, but he just came actually.
And then at that time, when he was knocking around trying to hone his skills as a comic, black comics was relegated to playing in small clubs. And I can remember Dick making $10 a night as a comic and working 3 nights a week, making $30 as a comic and washing cars the other 4 days. But he just stayed in there, and it got better and got better. But he was still making nickels and dimes until Hugh Hefner tapped him.
Herman Roberts recognized his talent too, because before he went to Playboy, he was at Robert's Show Club.
Right.
Yeah, and Herman Roberts gave him that break, and that's why Hugh Hefner discovered him.
Right.
Because I mean, Dick had him rolling in the aisles every night at Roberts. You know,
I remember
still making $10 a week.
I remember coming to town with the Notre Dame track team, and we all went down. The whole team went down to the Club Esquire to see Dick perform. The whole team, after we had performed in the Daily News relays, and luckily for Dick, we were only drinking soda because our bill was $20. So he picked up the tab and went home with $10 for that weekend's work.
We're going to be here telling a lot of stories about Dick Gregory, because there's going to be a memorial held for Dick Gregory August 18th at Harris-Stowe State University. In the meantime, we're at the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And you may see this cup, this wonderful Bernie Hayes Show cup. Reverend Larry Rice has some ways of telling you how to get this cup, and I think you'll be more than happy once you see who it's going to benefit. We'll be right back after this.
Have you got your Bernie Hayes mug? Yes, your gift of $24 to help us to get back into the 1411 Locust building will help so many hurting and homeless people. And when you share that $24 gift with New Life Evangelistic Center at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri at 63166, ask for your very own Bernie Hayes mug. We have a limited number of these, and we're going to just share a limited number with individuals that contact us first. A great collector's item and a way of saying thank you. It's our way of saying thank you for caring about so many hurting and homeless people that literally depend on this building. There's so many that are wandering the streets right now. We could get it open right now for our day center services. If you'll go to God and you will pray, you'll get your church involved, and share your gift now. Remember, $24 or more, request your Bernie Hayes mug. And it's just a very special way of saying thank you for caring and standing with the homeless and the hurting at this time to reopen a building in downtown St. Louis that they can come in and get showers, and get their mail, and have a hot meal, and be able to rest, and to do their laundry, and just to have so many other direct services that we take for granted on a daily basis. We want to be there when people are hurting. We're out on the streets right now, but we've got to get back into this building at 1411 Locust, and your prayers will definitely make a difference. And just to tell you how much we appreciate you, we want to send you this very special mug, if you'll just request such. So send your gift now to New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri at 63166. I want to thank Bernie and all the years he's been working together and helping us here, and all of you that have been partnering with us. Without precious people like you, we couldn't continue to be there when people are hurting. I want to thank God for each and every one of you that are praying, caring, and sharing at this hour.
And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes, and my guest is Dr. Ron Gregory. And we're talking about a tribute coming up to memorialize the late, great Dick Gregory. And Ron, why did you choose to have a memorial service for Dick?
Well,
And it's not a service, actually. It's a big program, isn't it?
Celebration. It's,
Yeah.
Dick died, passed away on the 19th of August of last year. And the thing is that we have to keep the memory of this great individual alive. And so what we did is decided to do a memorial 1 year later of his passing. And we have a fantastic lineup of entertainers. And what we did is, because Dick was from St. Louis and there's so much talent in St. Louis, we pulled some people here who we think are top flight to perform at the show. And then we have a special guest, a lady by the name of Sheila Moses, who's an author. And she's the one that was a bibliographer for Dick's books. And on the show, we got actually known U.V. Hayes performing. We have Cheryl Brown, Kim Massey, and guest appearance with Rhoda G. And we have Davy Dave as a comic, Dr. Nees as a comic, and of course the #1 MC and radio host in the city of St. Louis, Bernie Hayes.
You're very kind. This is by the New Millennium Group and the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, I understand.
Yeah, it's being co-sponsored by the New Millennium Group and the National Black Radio Hall of Fame.
How can they get tickets and where?
We got tickets at 5 different outlets. You got Afro World, Golden Grocer, Legacy Books, Tribe City, Progressive Emporium, and Southside Wellness.
Okay.
And the New Millennium Group.
How can they reach you?
I can be reached at area code 314-361-7793. That's area code 314-361-7793 for information about the program and about the tickets.
It's a Saturday, and it's an early Saturday show, is it not?
Yeah,
Tell us about that. That's very
Saturday,
important.
the August the 18th. Doors open at 1:30, and the show is at 2 o'clock.
So it's an afternoon show.
It's an afternoon show because we got people who like to come out early and go home early. So we accommodating the masses, and going to be at Harris-Stowe State University in the main Dr. Henry Gibbons main auditorium. That's a beautiful facility and nice sounds and acoustics and everything.
When Dick became a really civil rights activist and was out in the forefront, he marched with Dr. King, he marched with almost everyone you can name. He led marches. Were you ever frightened for your brother? Frightened for Dick?
All the time. But, you know, one of the things that really helped me deal with this fright is Dick said in one of his talks, God and fear cannot operate the same space. And if you're fearful of something, then you're not thinking in terms tuned into God. If you tune into God, you have no reason to be fearful. And you think when Dick died at the age of 84. Most of the big civil rights, his counterparts, these are the guys. King died in his 30s, Medgar Evers and Malcolm X, these guys died in their 40s.
It's unbelievable because there are photographs of Dick with each one you just named. With Malcolm X, he was good friends with Malcolm X, and he was good friends with Dr. King, whose philosophies didn't always coincide. And there was Kwame Ture, you know, Stokely Carmichael, H. Rap Brown, Medgar Evers. I mean, and Dick did the eulogy for Marvin Gaye.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy,
He was every place.
Look at the life that he lived and the things he did in those years. It was just phenomenal. It was just unbelievable, the scope of things that he did. I mean, he was even marching for Nelson Mandela.
Sure,
For him to be released. He ran to spotlight the plight of hunger in 1976. He ran from California to New York, and he ran 50 miles a day, 25 miles in the morning, 25 miles in the evening, equivalent to 2 marathons a day. 3,000 miles to spotlight the plight of hunger.
and he actually leased an airplane and took food to some people in the South. Did he not?
What happened is they had this big voter registration drive in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And the governor and the racist white people of Mississippi decided that what they would do to punish them for registering to vote, they cut off their food stamps, they cut off their welfare, and they prevented them from getting commodity foods.
Ross Barnett was the governor,
Yeah, so he organized a big food drive and got this big, huge, massive airplane. And they loaded it around Christmas time with toys and food and turkeys and you name it, and flew it down, had it flown down. And he went there with the plane and unloaded the food to give to people just to show them that they were supported and
they were loved.
They were loved, and this movement was going on, and you wasn't going to stop them.
So this memorial concert will be August 18th at Harris-Stowe State University.
August
18th in the
18th,
afternoon.
In the afternoon at 2 o'clock. Like you say, we can be contacted. Area code 314-361-7793.
Okay.
And it's co-sponsored by the New Millennium Group and the National Black Radio Hall of Fame.
And tell us, we don't have that many minutes left in this segment, but tell us how Dick became a health guru, how he got into wellness and fitness?
You know, it kind of backed into it because he decided to go on a fast. And the fast was going from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And all he was going to do was just drink water. And some of the internationally known nutritionists knew that what he was doing was going to be very dangerous. So they came in and contacted him and said, look, if you're going to do this, then this is what you're going to have to do. Otherwise, this fast will literally kill you.
Take you out of here.
And they started talking to him. And as a result of these experts talking to Dick from all over the country, he began to put all this knowledge together about nutrition and everything, and next thing you know, he was a combination of all these different health gurus and nutrition experts across the world.
Yeah.
And he incorporated that in his lifestyle, and he started talking about it.
I remember the Hawaiian diet, Dick Gregory Hawaiian diet. I know he helped also Ivory Crockett become a track star with his nutrition program and so forth, and many, many others. We're here at the New Life Evangelistic Center. Our new home is 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri, 63114. And the programs that were administered at the old New Life, 1411 Locust, downtown St. Louis, are now here. But Reverend Larry Rice is still trying to get New Life open downtown. But the programs and services are still being administered from this location, and we need your help and support. We need food, we need clothing, we need everything else that those who may be down and out will need. And you can help us through Post Office Box 473 63166 with a tax-deductible gift. It's tax-deductible and it takes less than a few minutes. Or online at www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org, and you can pay with MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover Card. And it is an investment at the New Life Evangelistic Center because we here. We need you. We need your support because Reverend Rice and the others here help so many people in need. And we'll be back with Dr. Ron Gregory after this.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is an innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. When you tune in to NLEC TV, you'll discover a television station that has been operated by previously homeless individuals who've received broadcast training through New Life Evangelistic Center's unique on-the-job training program. On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. Those needing energy assistance, food, clothing, or freedom from the cycle of homelessness will find that plus much more on NLEC TV. Now, you can receive NLEC TV by going to 24.2 on your television set or putting the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org. That's nlecstl.org.
We'll return to our guest after this message about Richard Wright, writer and poet. Born on September the 4th, 1908 in Roxy, Mississippi, and published his first story at the age of 16. In 1938, Wright published Uncle Tom's Children, a collection of 4 stories that mark a significant point in his career. The stories ended up winning him a $500 story magazine prize that led to the Guggenheim Fellowship. More acclaim followed in 1940 with the publication of his Native Son, which told the story of a 20-year-old African-American male, Bigger Thomas. The book brought Wright fame and freedom to write Black Boy. In 1945, Wright published Black Boy, which offered a moving account of his childhood and youth in the South. It also depicts extreme poverty in his accounts of racial violence against blacks. Black Boy. Wright died in Paris, France, November 28, 1960. Richard Wright.
You can help New Life Evangelistic Center break the cycle of homelessness by providing monies for Metrolink tickets. It's absolutely essential at this time. New Life Evangelistic Center is providing hundreds of Metrolink tickets every week to homeless people so they can get to their jobs, so they can get to their doctor appointments, so they can find a place to sleep at nights. Will you please share your much-needed tax-deductible gift with the New Life Evangelistic Center? Every $30 you provide enables New Life to get 10 of the Metrolink tickets. And you can send those gifts now to the New Life Evangelistic Center at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166.
And welcome back. My guest is Dr. Ron Gregory. We're here talking about a memorial for Dick Gregory that will be held August 18th at Harris-Stowe State University. The New Millennium Group and the National Black Radio Hall of Fame are having an array of stars: U.B. Hayes, Davy Dave, Cheryl Brown, Kim Massey, Dr. Nees, Rhoda G., and Davy Dave. I mean, and I'm hosting the program. But why, and once more, for those who may join us later, why is this important to remember Dick Gregory?
You know, we read about historical figures in our past. Frederick Douglass, Paul Robeson. But today we're talking about somebody who lived and walked among us.
We touched.
Went to the schools that we went to. He's a product of St. Louis, and we should never, ever let the legacy of this individual die. He's in the U-City Walk of Fame. He's in the Gateway Classic Walk of Fame. And he's also in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I mean, this guy, I say that this guy, because he was more than a brother. He was a brother to us, but he was a brother to everybody on this planet. I mean, what he did benefited every human being that lived on this planet. And it's our job to keep this guy's memory alive. And I understand that there are some things that's in the work that'll be some monuments that's going to be put together here in St. Louis.
Wow.
So our thing is that we feel that St. Louis is honored to have a person of this magnitude.
And you grew up in the Ville, right? Mostly.
Grew up in the Ville, went to Sumner High School, Marshall Elementary School, Court Brian Elementary Schools. He's turned up for St. Louis, and there's a street in St. Louis that's named after him, and the street that's named after Dick Gregory intersects with Dr. Martin Luther King. And
That's
that
interesting.
was on purpose, because once his life intersected with Dr. King, he was changed forever.
It was dynamite. So what's going on the 18th of August?
On the 18th, there's a
We only
big
have a minute.
memorial concert at Harris-Stowe State Teachers College and
State University.
State
University.
That's
Yes, sir.
right. You know, I'm an old product.
You regressed there for a
right.
minute. Okay.
And tickets are available at Apple World, Golden Grocer, Legacy Books, Tribe City, Progressive Emporium, Southside Wellness, and the New Millennium Group.
361-7793.
Great.
That's wonderful.
And it's very appropriate that we talk about this memorial about Dick on this show, because what Larry Rice is doing is right in line with
Very important.
Dick's philosophy, and that is dealing with the homeless people.
Great. Thank you so much, brother, Dr. Ron Gregory. And thank each and every one of you for being with us too. And we hope that we'll see you August 18th at the Harris-Stowe State University. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a great day. Continue to support the New Life Evangelistic Center. Have a good day.